Hey, my guys and goddesses, welcome to Cherry Babies Ghetto Ass Tarot, where we say we want, we do we want, but what we won't be is disrespectful. So we're gonna go ahead and start the reading and prayer. Holy Spirit, ancestor, my highest light, thank you, thank you, thank you. As we go into our guys and goddesses energy, I ask that you block all psychic attack, all evil eye, return it back to sender transmuted, bless the bliss. Please give us the clear message that we need at this time. Put a strong hedge of protection around this energy. Thank you. Thank you, my Rishas. Thank you, my archangels. Thank you, my deceased loved ones of my highest light. And thank you, Holy Spirit. Shit, amen. Okay, so all that energy start. You may be dealing with a Capricorn. Or somebody's thinking of it. Somebody got you on their mind or something like that. Okay? It's a Capricorn that's thinking about you. I don't know why. Okay? Could be for many reasons. Could be a good thing, could be a bad thing, but I'm really getting somebody might be worried. That's what I got. They're not doing anything bad to you. Okay? Or you could be this Capricorn. Somebody 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 doesn't believe. What's the word I'm looking for? I'm hearing fat, meat, greasy. So you may have Scorpio in your chart. Because I said something about fat, meat, greasy on Saturn's Empire. Like somebody don't believe fat meat is greasy. But like the title says, someone is finding out the hard way about you. You may have Scorpio in your chart. You may be dealing with a Scorpio. But somebody's finding out the hard way about you. Or it could be a Scorpio that's finding out the hard way about you. Or you could be the Scorpio. You're finding out the hard way surrounding someone. But I definitely got somebody's finding out the hard way about you. You could be the Scorpio Capricorn. Somebody's finding out the hard way about you. Yeah, illusion is removed. Capricorn. I can't make this up. Learn the lesson. About a Libra. Or this Libra's learning a lesson. About Aquarius, 12th house, North Node energy. Yeah. About something that was being done undisciplined. We have Taurus. We have Virgo, 12th house, North Node energy. Spotted something. So somebody broke through some form of glass ceiling. Somebody saw through a veil. Somebody's seeing something clearer. They're seeing something clear. It's starting to make sense is what I got. Something is beginning to make sense. But we got Gemini, Leo, 12th house North Node energy, Empress. Okay, so they may have Libra, Taurus energy in their chart. Okay, their defenses are down now. Okay, surrounding Earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Cancer, Sagittarius, 12th house, North Node energy, Leo, 12th house, North Node energy. Saw something on social media or on astrology surrounding a water, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, 12th house, North Node energy, being in a Jupiter, surrounding some form of hidden communication, okay? Pisces, okay, water is highly significant for 12th house, North Node energy, okay? Surrounding a Scorpio, 12th house, North Node energy. Got Aries, Air, Gemini, Leo, Aquarius, Gemini, 12th house, North Node energy. What's the secret to a fire? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So what I got is, right, somebody might have did something to, it's really giving like somebody might have did something too fast. Like I said this under the Pisces reading. Under my Saturn's Empire. Like somebody was too big for their britches or something like that. Was getting too big for their britches because they came to rescue a situation. Or coming as if they were rescuing a situation. But somebody was assigned to someone. So it's almost like if I said, it's one of those, if I'm a down ass bitch or something like that, right? Somebody want to see how down they were. And when that opportunity came up, they folded. But they're binded to each other anyway. Another thing I'm getting, okay, somebody want to judge somebody through circumstance, like if you get food stamps or something like that, or some WIC or something like that, somebody want to judge you and then put you in a position to come off as if, and this is not for everybody, okay, put you in a situation, because everybody don't get stamps, everybody don't get WIC, okay, but want to put you in a situation where you will come off as if you're neglectful to your child. So they keep causing financial issues where you have to work hard so you wouldn't be qualified. That's what somebody's doing intentionally. They're fucking with your finances intentionally. But I don't think anything wrong with people who get food stamps. I don't find anything wrong with that. Hell, I'm trying to get back on the motherfuckers. I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm trying to get back on that motherfucker. I ain't gonna hold you. And it's because, think about it, Thanksgiving, half the food that's on that table is from food stamps, baby. Don't even do it. And y'all be eating real good. So I don't know why somebody judging like that. Because if you spent your own money on, you literally would have to create a savings for the holidays if you're trying to see the same table. If somebody spending cash on food, because the price is going up. Yeah, somebody is not awakened to something, or they're not awakened at all. They just went and did something, not seeing the truth in the situation, or they did see the truth and hurry up and fell behind somebody else. Like, it's almost like they hurry up and ran and did something. But let's just say, okay, let's just say you did something, like let's say you recycle. You big on recycling, right? So somebody was like, well, I know this person is who they are because I see them actually taking action in something, right? But somebody who wanted to be with that person, right? Before you be with a person of that stature who takes pride in whatever that they're saying or doing or something like that, you have to go through a test. Somebody want to skip the line and get with somebody. even if it meant, like, let's just say somebody was like, well, your test is, or you want to be with this person, your test is to actually go out there and sort out what's trash, what's supposed to be recycled, what's, and the house was like all around their house is full of plastic or cans and aluminum and all that stuff. They ran to the person who recycles and said, I don't want to do it because they're just trying to make me suffer. And that person takes them in without realizing that that was that person's test. So it's almost like somebody gave their karma to somebody else. If they do a little something. So they basically had sex with somebody to confuse the energy. Yeah. Not they bind it. Okay? Yeah. Something you have to show a good deed in order for your alchemy to work. You have to prove yourself. That's what I got. Because that's what you get good juju from your good deeds. You have to prove that. You're binded to whatever that is. They're binded to do good deeds in order for the alchemy to work. So they have to mature. And somebody also did something because somebody was beautiful. Right? Like, you too pretty to be on food stamps. I don't think my stomach have anything to do with my physical features. I'm not kidding. Okay? It's one of those things like God blessed you, or it's God blessed you with a nice size ass or full lips and nice titties. Things like that, or a big dingling. God blessed you with that. Plus, that was inherited. Like, maybe somebody might have thought that, well, ain't nobody's actual body naturally like that. But it is. Like, you might come from a long line of, like, a family dynamic that have hips and ass. Like, you might come from a family dynamic where, titties and hips was that. Full lips is that. Like, you come from a family like that. I'm going to tell y'all this quick story. Now, when I first met my biological father, I was like 14 or something like that. And Airbrush was in style, right? And so he took me to the mall. First, he said something about my weight, right? That was the first fuck up, right? Now, that was the second one. Because the first one was, he was like, you don't look nothing like my other daughter because he's red. Okay? My father's red. So his other daughter is red, right? So his first thing he said was, you don't look nothing like my other daughter. And I'm like, I thought people would be happy to have a chocolate child, right? But he was arrogant. I felt like he was arrogant. And on top of the fact that he denied that he had a child with my mother, okay? And when you deny it after they send a request, it's required that you do take a DNA test. And come to find out, boom, you are the father, right? And so we was at the mall, fast forward. I had got a shirt. I told him I want a shirt that says I got it from my mama. And I want the girl on there to be thick, right? At the time I had no ass, but it was just the idea of manifesting, right? He got bad because he felt like it was tacky, right? Because even then, okay, thongs were the thing too. He just didn't feel like I should think like that, right? But overall, right, it was just, I wanted something that I knew for a fact that my mother would just like. I told you she used to say honey, so I knew she wasn't gonna do it, right? But it was just the fact that he felt away. But our fallout didn't come from that. Our fallout came from the idea of he told my mother that he had came up with his conclusion surrounding me on how to see me. And my mother was like, how can you draw a conclusion about your own child? I think that's kind of selfish. He got mad. She put him out the house. Came back the next day. We went out. We had a ball. But at the end of the day, he was trying to talk me into moving up north with him. Because at the time, he was still in the military, in the Navy. Right? I think he was like a chief petty or something like that. And so, he was still like in DC and Maryland or something like that, or I don't know. All right. I don't know. It's between Virginia and Maryland. I don't know. I have to look it up. Okay, but anyway, up north, right? He was stationed there, right? Um, because he's from Georgia, right? Born and raised Georgia, and so um, I turned it down because my mother had just got surgery and she was having really bad medical issues. Like sometimes her body would shut down. Even to this day, sometimes I do. But it was real bad then because she had surgery. Excuse me. And so he acted like he was all cool with it and all, but he left shortly, right? He didn't even want to stay, watch movies, kick it, nothing, right? He had attitude. His attitude stank, right? And maybe he thought because he was the parent and I was the child, I wouldn't see that. But the child always sees the problem. They just not allowed to say it, right? Because we supposed to stay in the child's place. Simple. But this thing where, even as a child, your parents might think that you don't know no better, right? They think that you can't see what's good and what's negative, what's bad, what's positive. They think you naive, right? But I saw it. I was always that child that could see through all that, right? And my mother knew that. And so my mother never said anything negative about my father, right? She never did. But he treated the situation as if she always did, but she never did that, right? She was like, I want you to find out for yourself, type thing, right? And so he only did that because he didn't want to be on child support, right? That's the whole reason why he suggested that. Because then my mother would be on child support. And so, I didn't care about that. I just felt like I didn't know you like that. We only known each other for a week. And at the time I had a boyfriend. And I didn't want to leave my boyfriend. It was my first boyfriend. I cried for this one, right? My mother was not going. But I really liked him, right? But that ended up turning into a common law thing, right? But anyway, this thing will pass. But what we talking about here is how people don't see why they're binded in a situation. Because something was supposed to be a test. You're supposed to see something clearly. And I guess the biggest test that my father had was being consistent. And that's what he failed at. That's what made my dad, who is in my life now, who's always been in my life since I was a little girl, since I was a baby, right? Be who he is, because my father thought that he sealed the deal just for showing up. But when he hung up the phone on me, because by this time he's back where he's from, right? He pulled up stunting in his Audi, right? Barely could drive that thing because it was a stick shift, right? So we just all over the damn place, right? So, he hung up the phone in my face when I called him to see how he was doing because I was so excited, right? He hung up the phone on me as if it was bad connection, right? And at the time it was Bell South. Bell South would charge you for the long distance calls, right? But then when I called back, no answer, no answer. By the time I called later on that evening, he had changed his number, right? But like I said, he thought he was still in the deal for showing up at all. As if now that I have showed up, you will be fatherless, right? You won't have no masculine figure in your life. But my dad stepped in and was like, no. Like I said before, he told my mother, you don't need to do any of that. I got you, right? But she knew I wanted to meet him so I could have clarity, because I felt like it was unfair that she would put my daddy on child support just for one child for so much, even though he raised me since I was young, and he had adopted me since I was young. He adopted me as his daughter, right, legally, and so that I can go to college anywhere in South Carolina, right, do his military. And so I still went my own path, but it was more sort of fake, like no matter what people say or do, okay, people have what they have from the good deeds that they have done. And my dad's still in my life to this day, and I love him so much. Like, he is my biological father. That's the only man I know, technically, right? Because it you know, we had went through that loss, and it was just a lot. It was a lot. And like I said before, God will test you just to see where you at in something. And if you can't prove that, you can't, whatever you're doing, it's just not, it's not gonna work. All you're doing is trying to bind the other person from your from your negligence, right? But my father was hoping that I would blame my mother for that. I'm not blaming her for anything, because she never said anything negative about him. So as I got older, right, and then I have a son of my own, I've had all these questions. Okay, at the time I wasn't aware about, you know, law of attraction at the time. I'm trying to figure out why my son father doing what he doing towards me, right? And my mother said just like this. She said just like this. She said your child father acts like your father, where he's controlling but negligent. Because I had that was the question I asked her, why he's so controlling but negligent, basically, right? She said your father was just the same way. I'm so sorry, baby. And that's what she said. I'm so sorry, baby. But I know exactly what you're going through. Because I went through that with your father. And that's why I left. All right. No harvest is going to take place for some form of wounded healer that's not connected with the ancestors, okay? All right. They were being impulsive. All right. But they need to let something go. If somebody's not humiliating someone, all right, they're not even using their own energy to do something. Frankie Beverly said it best. Okay, we are all one. If you don't include everybody in something, then you fucking up. You fucking up. Why only think about people who are free if you ain't thinking about the people who ain't free? They're people. Just like the animals are connected, just like the plants are connected. Anything that can reproduce and give life is alive. Okay? Plants create their own sugars to grow. That's how deep that go. If you water and get enough sunlight. All right, somebody was being impulsive, but they were hiding it behind masculine, feminine energy. As if they were like passive aggressive energy. Somebody was being passive aggressive. Yeah, a cycle's not gonna end around someone's intuition. Okay. So if somebody thought somebody was trying to end somebody, maybe there is somebody trying to end you. I don't know. Somebody might have been trying to end you, or try to curse you. Somebody try to curse your business, or curse you, or curse your family, or curse who you are, or just something like that. Yeah, somebody was trying to curse your business. Was Sherry Gibson reverse? You're too aligned for that, okay? You way too aligned for any of that. That don't even make any sense. They're gonna have to go through this awakening, or people are awakening that somebody just was trying to silence somebody, all right, and create a hate train surrounding how somebody creates, because they're a stalker. They're a stalker. So be mindful of people who saying don't support this person, or they fake, they're a lie, they're not the real deal. Okay, they're the stalker. They're the stalker. Because even if it's one of them things, like, even if you don't fuck with me, I'ma still look out for you. Because I feel like, because I feel like it's gonna come a time where things will come in full circle, and it has for me before. Maybe maybe somebody don't know that you have experienced so much shit in your life that you ain't fucked up if somebody ain't fucking with you. You're not fucked up about that. You have outlived some shit. Possibly what this person have never. No matter how old they have never. You got people out there who up there in Amtown 50s and 60s, possibly 70, never touched a gun. I can't say that about my daddy though. Because he was the head sniper surrounding the military. He was a military sergeant in the army. Trained a lot of men, turned a lot of boys into men type of thing. Alright? But he was a top shooter. Right? But you got people who up there never even seen, never even touched it, none of that. Right? And so but they can tell you whether your path is right or wrong, or how you living is right or wrong, or something like that, or you ain't that good at something, or they never experienced nowhere near the shit that you experience. How could they say that? How can they curse what you have going on without the knowledge of? They never experienced that. They never. That's what I heard. Never. And too scared to find out. Okay? Yeah. A rebirth is taking place due to your pure intentions. Okay? Alright? Yeah. You have King of Wands. Something surrounding King of Wands. Okay? The caption did say someone is finding out the hard way about you. So somebody energy is dominating. It's fire energy. Okay? Very dominating. And they're going to have to find out the hard way. It's what I heard. With the Five of Pentacles, they're going to have to find out the hard way. They're going to start losing things. Like somebody going to try to challenge somebody. That's what I got. But let's just say you have a better lifestyle than somebody. Alright? Or somebody has a better lifestyle than you. Alright? It's one of those things. And they challenge somebody who don't have much. The person who don't have much gonna win. You can't challenge somebody who's living in it. Because they understand survival. Your thing of the past has nothing on the person who's going through it. That's why people who have a lot to lose, they be damned if they fuck with somebody who got plenty to lose, right? But at the same time, though, people who don't have nothing to lose and their intentions are pure in the right place, all right, they are the ones that's going to they're going to excel in life. Yeah, something around the King of Pentacles in reverse. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. Okay. Went about something unwise. Surrounding some form of magic. But that wish is not going to be made. Surrounding something. Why? Because the cycle has ended. Alright? Yeah. They didn't even feel bad about it no way. Alright? Yeah. They're just doing it. They did it because they were bored. Yeah. Somebody had to go through a rebirth surrounding the Empress in reverse simply because they fleed. They flighted. You know, it's one of those fight or flight situation. This Empress in reverse left a situation with the King of Wands. Yeah, leaving that person to fight for themselves. Like somebody, this is so awful. Empress in reverse, backed out of a situation, leaving a King of Wands, which was over there, to fight for themselves. And their intentions were pure with them. But a King of Pentacles went about something unwise, about a wish that couldn't be made or wasn't made. Somebody did something unwise about a wish that wasn't going to be made anyway, to end a cycle, because they didn't want to be bothered. Like somebody happily did something, like good type shit, but they was under some form of illusion, okay? Or they put out an illusion. They lied to burden somebody. Off social media, then try to do magic to start shit and watch. Force of Emperor. That's why they went cold. Like it's almost like somebody went cold on them. Or somebody went cold on a high priestess to stop their vehicle. It's around a Two of Cups. That wasn't deceptive. But they just wanted to keep somebody in their head. If somebody don't stop, okay, somebody got the power to fuck their ass up. Whoever this is. That's why God, somebody is gonna learn the hard way about you. Somebody can do them bad. So maybe somebody at one point in time tried to challenge someone. It's kind of like somebody be like, hit me, I want you to hit me, like on some shit like that. Be like, nah, I don't want to hit you. So they do crazy shit just to get you to lash out or something like that. They keep doing something to get somebody to lash out. But it's almost like somebody knows. It's kind of like, I don't know if you ever seen two different people who fight, right? You got the ones who like this, right? They fight. You got them type. You got this type. And then you got the ones who do like this, right? The one who do like this gonna fuck your ass up. I don't care how goofy that shit look. Them be the ones that gonna fuck your ass up. You know why? Because they consistently guard their face and they can boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? Boom. Right? You don't know how they coming. But they face is always cut versus somebody like this. Somebody can get them on the side. Somebody can get underneath. Like, you, it's kind of like somebody kept doing something with someone like, and somebody like this, man. Man, if I do something, you gonna fold like a bitch. Like somebody, that's what I got in this energy, dog. Like, man, look, I done fought a lot of shit. I done been up against a lot of shit. So instead of me going back and forth with you about something, instead of me arguing with you about something, instead of me even going, I know how I can, because fire energy is like, I don't give a fuck. Do something. Right? But in this situation, it's so much fire on this end. Somebody like, man, I really could do you bad, right? But I'm chilling right now. I'm chilling. I really ain't got the time, the patience, anything for this immaturity. Okay? King of Pentacles in reverse and the Hermit in reverse. This is somebody who's dumb. Like stupid. Like not smart. They abuse their power and they ain't got no fucking sense. Idiot, imbecile type shit. Like somebody did that and still didn't get what they want. And they like, just to end somebody else, but end it themselves. And they're like, I don't give a fuck. But people walked away from them. Like, I ain't gotta fuck with you. People start walking away from this person. And maybe they don't see that. That's why Wish didn't get made. This is over there. They thought that was gonna get them popular or get them more clouts around something. They like, if I really do something, if I really want to do you bad, I can really fuck you up. Okay? But I'm not even on that. So what I'm gonna do is, if I look at this diagonally, okay, because this was under the King of Pentacles, I can look at cards all kind of ways. I could really do you bad. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna end your cycle right here. I'm just gonna end it for you, and have you fight for yourself. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, just to get you to stop starting shit with me. All right, I'm gonna save your life and have you deal with that shit on your own. That's what somebody was on. All right. All right, let's see what Secret Society has to say. Yeah, that's exposed. That's what was hidden. All right. Yeah, that something wasn't successful. Something somebody did wasn't successful. They just wanted to manipulate something to make it look like it was. Yeah. For luxury. For a lifestyle. Yeah, could be dealing with a celebrity. It's about something was surrounding a celebrity exposing somebody or a celebrity being exposed. Okay. Yeah. Scorpion energy have gotten no success surrounding something. Yeah, somebody gonna come towards somebody or want to talk with somebody. Alright, possibly the Scorpionic energy. Gonna want to talk to this unpure Piscean energy. Okay. So yeah, something that a Scorpionic energy did, they end up being unsuccessful. They're gonna come and talk with this Piscean energy. Okay, it could be masculine, feminine energy. This Scorpionic energy could be a masculine, feminine energy. They're gonna have a conversation with this Piscean energy. Okay, that came out unpure surrounding a situation for luxury. They're gonna talk to them. Maybe they're gonna help them. They're gonna help them manipulate the situation for things to go their way. But because somebody's cloaking their energy. Whoever this Piscean energy is, somebody energy is being cloaked. Even though this is in reverse, this is like somebody passion. This is dominating or passionate card. Okay, somebody is passionate in not minding their business surrounding somebody because they feel rejected. So somebody's cloaking someone's energy. Now be like, oh, I get it now. I get it. So it might have been a situation where somebody did something thinking somebody was talking shit. On my Saturn's Empire channel, I went through the same thing with a Cancer. I'm talking about over and over and over again. Possibly a Cancer overseas. I'm talking about over and over and over again. Whole time I'm arguing. Okay. With somebody from where I'm from. This situation, right? And you know, people overseas, they take pride in women being women and men being men. But in the situation that I was in, it was more so like, instead of you trying to control me, won't you heal? You know what I'm saying? But people overseas, they're already healed. A lot of them already healed already, right? Because they know who they are. And I went through hell with somebody overseas because somebody from where I'm from who wasn't awakened and haven't healed from their childhood trauma just consistently was doing something. I'm talking about, I don't know how many near-death experiences I almost encountered due to that. It wasn't even funny. So maybe somebody's going through maybe a Piscean energy is going through the same thing. One Pisces wants somebody to look like a groupie. Another Piscean energy fell through with some form of plan for luxury. Clarify this. Knight of Water and Earth of 4. This came out again. Hermit in reverse. Some form of spiritual investigation has been exposed. It's been solved. That's what's been going on. Something was surrounding a lover or a friend. This Virgo energy. This Hermit card is Virgo energy. Yeah. Just like that fire sign could be a feminine. And that earth sign that was in reverse could have been a feminine. But I'm really getting this thing where it was some form of Virgo energy who wanted to paint somebody out another way. So bad that it made somebody come off unpure in their own energy. It's almost like you didn't give a fuck, but people walked away from you and you came out unpure. So whatever it was wasn't even worth it. Somebody was a loyal lover or friend, right? But yeah. I cannot make this shit up. Somebody end up exiling themselves because somebody wasn't punishing them. Something was surrounding someone who's in the they could be in prison. This tower card, this could be rigid thinking, or it could be the prison or institution or something like that. You see how it looks like a tower and it's raining, kind of gloomy. Something was surrounding someone's intellect. All right, surround someone who's behind the wall. Somebody was trying to compete, okay, when they were supposed to smoothly go about something in a way that didn't make them look like they had mental issues. Yeah. This Libra energy who was unemotional about a situation. About an Emperor in reverse. Kept fucking with them. But that was already exposed. Okay, I hope this message helped you. I ain't gonna go any further. I gotta go on to the next reading. Alright. Y'all be blessed.